whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media.
Count the number of publications that have talked about it or written about it, networks, etc. It's all over the internet. It's everywhere. And I know that.
You know what's crazy? People are always in my business worried about what I'm doing, what Floyd is doing, what Floyd ain't doing, what I do got, what I don't got. Just know, I'm gonna stay in my lane. I ain't gonna with nobody.
In a striking on-air moment that drew widespread attention, Stephen A. Smith openly criticized Floyd Mayweather, addressing allegations that he may have pressured individuals connected to questionable business activities. The ESPN commentator, known for his blunt and passionate style, spoke firmly as he condemned what he described as concerning behavior within professional sports, highlighting mounting reports that suggested Mayweather could have used his influence and financial power in response to complaints tied to his ventures. Smith sent a clear message. The situation had gone too far and accountability was needed.
Floyd Mayweather, the highest paid athlete, not the highest paid boxer, the highest paid athlete in the world. I had the opportunity and pleasure to be around him for many years. I was his personal shopper. I was a personal friend of his family. One of my greatest memories of being just lucky enough to even be around that environment was watching him train. Watching Floyd Mayweather train is a masterclass in discipline. It is a masterclass in work ethic. It is a masterclass in this is how you execute and get stuff done. Every rep, he hits it hard. There's not one lazy rep. He does everything at such a high frequency, so elevated. I'm like, goodness gracious, watching this man train, it's like, that's how I want to train for life. I've been to the club with Floyd where we leave in the club 3, 4 in the morning and he's still going to hit his 6 miles. He'll have all the cars follow him and he's running down the Las Vegas Strip, down back streets.
Stephen A. Smith has witnessed firsthand the extravagant lifestyle of Floyd Mayweather, and the scale of his luxury is undeniable. A prime example of this wealth is his passion for high-end cars. Reports suggest Floyd owns over 100 vehicles, many with extraordinary price tags. His collection reportedly includes rare Lamborghinis and custom-designed Bugattis, turning his garage into a display of extreme wealth and a strong appreciation for elite automobiles. Having known Floyd for years, Smith has observed these opulent displays up close.
What's your definition of toy?
Well, private jet, Enzo, Bugatti. Let's walk over here. I'll show you a couple toys. They call this the $1 million garage.
I know we're on television, Floyd, but I think it's necessary for me to say, damn.
Before diving into the details, it's essential to understand Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s background. Born in Grand Rapids, Michigan, he turned professional in 1996 and rapidly established his reputation. By the early 2000s, he was considered one of the most talented and technically precise boxers in the sport. With an undefeated record, sharp defensive abilities, and a strategic approach to each fight, he became a commanding presence inside the ring.
People hate consistency when it comes to teams that you don't like and not a fan of, and they constantly win all the time. The Patriots went through the same thing. Small example, I'm gonna just take boxing for instance.
Right.
Floyd.
Yes.
Everybody loved when Floyd was winning early in his career.
Yes.
But when he kept winning,
yes,
he became the villain.
Yes.
And then everybody paying in and tuning in to see him lose.
Right.
That's it. He became the villain.
Mayweather has also faced legal issues related to his business ventures. In 2022, he was named in a class action lawsuit alleging involvement in a cryptocurrency pump and dump scheme, though the case was later dismissed. More recently, in 2024, he became the focus of another lawsuit seeking over $3 million in damages, based on claims that he instructed a bodyguard to assault a man at a Los Angeles restaurant in 2022.
How do you explain all that? How did that happen in your life?
What things happen? I had 3 children with a young lady. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. We wasn't seeing eye to eye. She was a little upset, had a little alcohol in her system. She was a little edgy, and I told her, basically I needed the keys to my truck. She was upset. She didn't want me to take the keys to the truck. So things got out of hand and blown out of, they blow things up bigger than what things are really made out to be. So things happen.
But nevertheless, you had to do 2 months, right?
Yeah, I did 2 months for a misdemeanor, yes.
So what is it like to have everything and then not have freedom?
That's what I come to find out. Freedom is very important. Freedom is very, very important. And I'm just, I'm happy to be free. I'm happy to be back, in my children's life.
Allegations that Mayweather acted against Devin Haney have sparked discussion throughout the boxing community. Having once served as Haney's mentor, he has been accused of releasing an edited sparring clip that seemed to show a younger Haney struggling against Gervonta Davis. The video appeared shortly before Haney's high-profile fight with Ryan Garcia, and Haney interpreted its release as a deliberate attempt to undermine his confidence and give Garcia a psychological edge.
They go through maybe like a rough moment, like the people around them kind of start changing and things. And I know, like you said, you waking up in the mansion, the Rolls Royce, of showing 30, 40 people around.
Yeah.
Has that part happened where it was like people around you kind of shifted or?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that necessarily. I think I just had to, cut the grass low.
Josie Harris, who once shared a long-term relationship with Floyd Mayweather and is the mother of his children, spoke about serious concerns she had regarding changes she observed in him over their 21 years together. She suggested that he faced personal challenges that the public had not seen. In a 2014 interview, Harris admitted that even the idea of interacting with Floyd caused her notable anxiety, underlining the emotional strain within their relationship. Their son, Karan, also recalled witnessing a disturbing event involving his parents, offering a glimpse into the private struggles the family endured.
His fellow American. Boxing legend Floyd Mayweather watched on as Davis appeared to dominate. So Haney has now issued a response on Twitter. Never did they post a chopped up edited video. 16-year-old and they're in there holding. My bet with AB Pops, Andrew and Broner, I presume that means. We bet Andrew and Broner Pops and he honoured it and paid. Ryan, we watched you quit and we will not, and we are not the same and never will be.
Jeff Mayweather, Floyd's uncle and former trainer, expressed concern about the path Floyd's life has recently taken. He noted that the continuous acquisition of properties and participation in various business ventures now seems chaotic and hard to track. Jeff admitted that he no longer fully grasps Floyd's choices, highlighting a growing distance between them. He also observed that Floyd appears more aligned with his current circle than with family members, signaling a clear shift in his personal relationships.
So you've known Floyd since he was a little puppy.
Not a little puppy, but a teeny bopper. 21 years.
21 years,
yeah.
Amen. Can you tell us some intricate stories about Floyd Mayweather and two, how he's grown in the 21 years?
He's definitely grown in these last 21 years. When I met him, he was, he still had his little thing, going on, living in just a regular condo. I didn't see, him go from here to here,
Adding to the discussion, online forums have speculated that Floyd Mayweather's rumored debts might be linked to gambling losses or loans from individuals in the United Arab Emirates. Some threads also raise questions about his travel between Israel and the UAE, implying that his overseas activities could have caused friction with certain lenders. It's important to note, however, that these claims remain unverified and are primarily based on online chatter rather than confirmed evidence.
I have no idea. Like I said, I don't necessarily see Floyd very much, so we don't really get a chance to talk very much, and so I don't really know what's going on. I know he's doing things that, to better his life, like, buying homes and buying, different things. And so, I don't know exactly what he's doing. So, I haven't seen him in quite some time. And I haven't heard about him talking about doing any more exhibitions. Maybe he will, maybe he won't, I don't know.
Joe Rogan has openly criticized Floyd Mayweather's way of handling his finances, particularly regarding tax obligations. He cautioned that neglecting such responsibilities can quickly attract IRS attention and lead to significant legal issues. Rogan emphasized that even immense wealth cannot exempt someone from federal rules, and failing to stay current may result in hefty fines and thorough investigations. His remarks highlight the broader point that maintaining financial discipline is crucial, and ignoring tax duties can have serious repercussions.
Turns out that the rumors were true, and Floyd Mayweather has been trapped in Dubai for the last 50 days. Gervonta Davis was the first to claim it. Now multiple insider sources have confirmed that he is in fact trapped in Dubai for a debt that has nothing to do with boxing. After doing a little digging, it seems that someone in his camp while he was shopping for jewelry in Dubai stole one of the pieces, got away with it, and then blocked all communication with Mayweather. Since then, Floyd has already paid for the jewelry, but they refuse to let him go until they get their piece back. And allegedly, this guy right here is the thief that started this whole mess.
Regarding custom, and I'm giving you my very good comment in Dylan. Please say hi to you and most welcome in Dubai. And if there is anything from Dubai police, we are happy to share. Thank you so much.
Floyd Mayweather's lavish spending habits have attracted widespread attention. Reports indicate that at one point he spent approximately $5 million on real estate and a new private jet in just a single week. Decisions like these have raised questions about the stability of his finances and the logic behind such expenditures. Critics argue that these moves seem more aimed at maintaining a larger-than-life image than demonstrating careful long-term financial planning.
He owed that money to the IRS. How much does he owe?
It's in the $20+ million range.
It's a lot of money, man.
But it's not something that he's been, it's not like deception.
No.
It's just neglect to pay.
Neglect. And it's also like, I think, and there is like a truth to this, he makes so much money, there's probably a point when they're like, hey, it's time to pay your taxes. And you go like, all right, here's a check for $25 million. That's an incredible amount of money. And then they go, that's true, but you owe 50 more. And he's just like, that can't be right. I've given you $25 million.
Yeah, he's bought over 100 luxury cars from the same dealer and always pays in cash.
He has $15 million worth of cars.
Congrats. You can sell those.
Mayweather's investment approach mirrors a traditional buy low, sell high strategy, focusing on undervalued or distressed properties with the aim of profiting from future appreciation. While the initial returns may be relatively modest, similar to real estate investment trusts yielding around 5 to 6% per year, the long-term potential, especially when paired with strategic renovations and favorable market trends, provides significant opportunities for growth.
Motion of nostalgia, you know what I mean? Because seeing Floyd Mayweather with all this money and cars and clothes and hoes and yada, 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 it just kind of reminded me, there was a small segment in that episode that stated that a lot of fighters believe in their immortality, you know what I mean? We've seen this before. So the question I ask, we have seen this movie before. Boxers traditionally going broke. You know, they start off well, so flamboyant, with all this money and all these cars, and they have businesses they invest in. There's something special, you know, at least in their minds they are. And then after either retirement or near retirement, or after the fight game has left them, traditionally boxers go broke, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not saying this is going to happen to Floyd Mayweather, but I swear on everything, man, I hope it doesn't happen to Floyd Mayweather, because Floyd Mayweather is going to go down in the halls of history, ladies and gentlemen, as possibly top 3 to top 5 to top 10 of all-time greats. I mean, depending on how you view Floyd Money Mayweather. But however, he is definitely the #1 boxer of my era, ladies and gentlemen, of my time on this earth of watching this sport of boxing. No one has the skill set of Floyd Money Mayweather. Carve it up, chop it up how you like. Get on the debate about his opponents, all this other crap. We can have that for another video. But this man is going to go down in history as an all-time great without a doubt. And it's going to, and I understand the argument for those who may even present the argument that he's the #1 greatest of all time. I see valid points in that argument. I don't agree with that, but I see valid points in that argument. This is a great boxer. We are going to miss Floyd Money Mayweather when he leaves the sport, ladies and gentlemen. But the fact remains, Floyd Money Mayweather and all of his accomplishments and all of the great things he's done inside the ring, however, seems to be playing the same tune or acting in the same movie of a lot of boxers that make a lot of money and just go on a spending spree with it and fucking, you know, end up broke in their later years, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, you think of some of the greatest boxers through the eons of time. You can start with like Joe Louis, for crying out loud. Joe Louis, this is a man who made plenty of money. This was the Brown Bomber. This is a man who had 12 straight years of reign in the heavyweight division, ladies and gentlemen.
This approach underscores Mayweather's aim to build long-term wealth through real estate, transforming his boxing income into ventures that generate financial returns while also creating a lasting legacy. He prioritizes properties with enduring value, particularly in prime urban locations, and this focus shapes many of his investment decisions.
First investment was real estate, commercial real estate, skyscrapers actually. I looked at certain athletes' career and I said, I don't want to end up like that. So what I did was this. It started off with $5 million. Put up $5 million, I was getting $50,000 a month. Every month on the 18th.
October 2024, Floyd Mayweather Jr. announced a significant real estate deal, entering into a $42 million agreement to acquire over 60 multifamily buildings in Upper Manhattan, encompassing roughly 1,000 rental units. These properties were formerly managed by Black Spruce Management, a prominent name in New York real estate. The purchase was promoted as both a means to provide affordable housing and a strategic move to grow Mayweather's investment portfolio beyond his boxing career.
How in 36 months, of course, with one of my new investments, I would be making $300 million a month. But
what investment is that?
Just in real estate.
I got you.
And I'm heavy in real estate. I'm real heavy in real estate. Even though, you know, I got my own liquid, and if that means cash. For those, I break it down in layman's terms. Even though I got a lot of cash. OPM.
Okay.
OPM. You don't always have to use your money. That's why it's very important for y'all to make sure y'all keep y'all credit right.
Later reports, however, have raised questions about the scope of Mayweather's ownership in the deal. While he claimed to have purchased the properties outright, public records do not indicate a full transfer of titles. Analysts speculate that he may hold only a minority stake, potentially with the option to increase his share over time. So far, Mayweather's real estate firm, Veda Properties, has not released an official statement clarifying the details of the transaction.
All right, now Floyd Mayweather Jr., there's a story circulating that Business Insider did talking about this $400 million property deal that he had been discussing here in New York City. But now, according to Business Insider, it's not what you think it is. They said there's no evidence there's been a sale of these properties, and it's 62 rental apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan. Here is what Floyd Mayweather had said at the time on a video that he posted on his Instagram.
I love bringing the people into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners.
Mayweather Jr. recently addressed rumors suggesting that his $42 million real estate deal had put a strain on his finances. He clarified that he personally bought 62 buildings in Manhattan, stating, "I funded this entirely myself. No partners are involved."
Guess what? You can do the same.
All right. Well, now we're trying to figure out what happened, right, with Business Insider. So according to another update, he did ink a $402 million deal for a Black Spruce portfolio. When he said that it was all his and no one invested, he meant no one was funding his part of the investment but him. And so I think this is something where maybe he owns a piece of this or shares in it, but it hasn't changed hands because the majority owner is still the same owner that it was before. I'm trying to understand what happened with this, but I know there's a story that's circulating, so just putting it out there. Whew, it's a tough one. I'm trying to understand as a real estate person myself, what exactly he is communicating when he's saying that he owns this, because they're trying to make it seem like he doesn't, but what it seems like is that he owns shares of these buildings, and it's a larger, it's part of an investment that he did on his own.
That makes sense. I'm gonna let you do the real estate stuff.
Even though Floyd Mayweather Jr. publicly stated that he fully owns a $42 million real estate portfolio in Upper Manhattan, official property records do not reflect a complete title transfer. Experts suggest he might possess only a minority share, potentially with the option to expand his stake in the future. Furthermore, his real estate firm, Veda Properties, has not provided detailed information about the deal, leaving the precise extent of his ownership unclear.
Yes, Floyd Mayweather has reportedly acquired 62 buildings in Upper Manhattan, spending approximately $402 million. This substantial investment was made through his real estate firm, Veda Properties, and is intended to expand his portfolio in New York City real estate market. Mayweather has expressed that this purchase holds significant personal meaning, reflecting his humble beginnings and desire to provide affordable housing options. He stated, growing up, I used to dream about owning just one home by myself. When you work hard, you can achieve anything. However, it's important to note that while Mayweather has announced this acquisition, some reports suggest that property records do not yet confirm a transfer of ownership. Experts speculate that he may have acquired a minority stake with options for future expansion rather than full ownership of all 62 buildings outright. In summary, Floyd Mayweather has publicly claimed to purchase 62 buildings in Upper Manhattan for $402 million, aiming to enhance affordable housing in the area. While these claims have been widely reported, I hope the $402 million ain't left his bank account yet, then. I remember Floyd was on a talk show, I think 50 Cent posted that as well. And he said something like, you know, they say, if you know how much money you got, then you don't really got enough money. So they say, if you know how many buildings you got, then you ain't got enough buildings. Como? Who told you that? I hope your real estate broker or investor, whoever handles this real estate, I hope they ain't tell you that. Because it sounds to me like, if you could go for that, then yo, you own 50. You own 50 buildings.
How do you view Stephen A. Smith's strong criticism of Floyd Mayweather? Do you believe the claims of blackmail hold any weight? Share your opinion in the comments section below.